Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to y'all by Shibby Rashad. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, Ruel, and I also like to give honors to the Akim that's out pushing this truth and sincerity to the four corners. So I want to say Shalom. Before I get started, I just want to say, I know y'all probably was looking for my video to go up Saturday, or to go up Friday and Saturday and stuff like that. But man, like most of us that labor in this truth, man, I had a altercation with the police. They always bother us that be out here, teaching the truth of the scriptures. They said I was trespassing. Got into a scuffle. Called me some niggas and other little, what they only thing they could use. Called me some names and everything. And basically, I ended up getting arrested. Was in jail for about maybe like 5 days. It happened on Friday. I just got out yesterday. So they like I said, they injured me. They put the cuffs on me real tight. What they try to do, they try to keep us from putting this truth out here. They put the cuffs on real tight, and basically they just like took. I have no feeling in my fingers and my hands, none of that. What it is, cut off my circulation to my hands, and they took me and parked me somewhere. I thought they was gonna try to do something to me, but they parked me behind a Walmart, and I sat there in the car. I'm just trying to figure out what these people finna try to do. But the whole time I ain't got no blood flowing through my hands. So they waited about, I think I was in cuffs like about an hour or something. And when they did finally get me to the county jail, when they take the cuffs off, I didn't get my feeling back in my hands for about maybe a good 8 hours. And I still fully restored my fingers. But what happened was they gave me, I got this, if you can see it, I got a lump on my wrist from the handcuffs. I got scissors around my wrist. It cut off all my, it dug into my bone and stuff. So these cops, what they really want to do is they want to try to keep us from teaching our people, man. Y'all don't know how serious what we do when we teach these scriptures, man. They know it's all spiritual. They don't want people to wake up. They want us to stay dumb. They want us to stay dumbed down. And this is why when we get into the scriptures, it's spiritual, man, and they don't want us to bring that stuff out. So I'm not gonna keep talking about that. I'm just letting you know. I just wanted to let my people know why I hadn't made no videos, and the reason why I hadn't made no videos was because I was incarcerated, And the funny part about it was they didn't even pursue no charges. They kept me in jail them days, and then they just let me out. Told me I was free to go, no charges. But anybody that know me know I ain't going like that. Anybody that know me know that if you wrong and you Esau, I'm gonna sue you. So this is what's going on. You come on, get in. And this is what's going on. So I'm gonna bring this lesson out. The name of this lesson is on this title on the front. Is the Messiah was not a mild-mannered a man. He was austere, and austere just means harsh and brash and abrasive and bold. But let's get in. Let's just get into how austere the Messiah really was. Okay, this is John 2:12, and it says, after this he went down to Capernaum, he and his mother and his brethren and his disciples. He's talking about the Messiah, and they continued there not many days. And the Jews' Passover was at hand, and the Messiah And the Jews' Passover was at hand. And the Messiah went up to Jerusalem and found in the temple those that sold oxen and sheep and doves and the changers of money sitting. And when he had made a scourge of small cords, he drove them all out of the temple, and the sheep and the oxen, and poured out the changers' money, and overthrew the tables, and said unto them that sold doves, Take these things hence, make not my Father's house a house of merchandise. And his disciples remembered that it was written, The zeal of thine house hath eaten me up. So what he did was he came in the house of the Lord, and he saw merchandise and salesmen and hustlers in the house of the Lord. So he just went off. He snapped, he flipped the tables over, and he put their ass out. You know, now do that sound like the soft-spoken Messiah of Christianity? No, it don't. I'm gonna give you the truth. Okay, this is Luke 19:21. It says, For I feared thee, because thou art an austere man. Austere, once again, means brash, abrasive, harsh. He said, I fear thee, because thou art an austere man. Thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou did not sow. So the word austere means hard or harsh or abrasive. This is how the Messiah is described. He was not a soft dude. I ain't gonna say he was brutal, but he was really bold, and he was really brash, and he was harsh, and he spoke truth. And this is why a lot of people wanted him dead. Okay, this is Matthew 25:20. It said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more. And the Lord said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. Now, this is a parable, and I'm going to break it down for you. He also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents besides them. His Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee, that thou art a hard man, an austere man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and I went and I hid thy talent in the earth. And lo, there thou hast that is thine. And then it says, his Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I have not strawed. Then thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received my own with usury. Take therefore the talent from him, and give it unto him which have 10 talents. And this is the story behind that. And it says, For unto everyone that hath shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But for him that have not shall be taken away even that which he have. And cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness, and there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Now this is the Messiah talking, and what that means is he gave us a job. This is our job, to go out here and teach this truth, you know. And we're supposed to bring people in. We're supposed to wake our people up and bring our people in, because he gave us this. He gave us this truth. He woke us up to this knowledge. Okay. Now, if we don't do nothing with this knowledge, we're unfaithful servant. But the more people we bring in, into this truth, you know, that's the more recognition we're gonna get from the Most High, from Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which is the Father and the Son. Okay. Now, and just to show you how harsh he can really be, and I'm just gonna show you this. And this is Matthew 15:21. And it says, And Jesus went thence, and departed into the coast of Tyre and Sidon. And behold, a woman of Canaan, that's an African woman. It said, And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast, and cried unto him, saying, Have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed with a devil. But he answered her not a word, so he didn't say nothing to her. And then it says, And his disciples came and besought him, saying, Send her away, for she crieth after us, which basically means, man, Man, let's come on, man, let's go, because this chick following us, trying to get a blessing, and we not dealing with her, you know. And the reason why they wasn't dealing with her because, you know, she wasn't our people, you know. And then after that, he said, "Send her away, for she crieth after us." But he answered and said, "I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel." So the Most High sent the Messiah for us. We the lost sheep of the house of Israel. No, nobody else on this planet needs saving but us. You know. And then she came and worshipped him, saying, "Lord, help me." But he answered her and said, "It is not meet to take the children's bread and to cast it to dogs." So basically he said, I'm not going to waste these blessings that the Father gave me for my people on some dogs. He called these people dogs. And this was a woman, so a female dog is a bitch. So basically he called her a bitch, you know. And this is how harsh the Messiah is. Now, do this sound like the soft-spoken Messiah that Christianity teaches you that he is? No. Christians teach that he was for everybody. He came for everybody. But what did he just say, though? He said he was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He wasn't sent to everybody. So he called this woman a dog. Do this sound like the nice, soft-spoken brother that Christianity teach you about? He was harsh, which is why they wanted to kill him. And he called out his own people on their bullshit. And they hated him for it. Now check this out. This is John 4:7. And it said, "There cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water. And Jesus said unto her, Give me to drink, because his disciples were gone away unto the city to buy meat. Then said the woman of Samaria unto him, How is it that thou, being a Jew, askest drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria? For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans." Okay, so the Messiah answered and said unto her, "If thou knewest the gift of God, and who it is that said to thee, Give me the drink, thou wouldst have asked of him, and he would have given thee living water." So the woman said unto him, "Sir, thou hast nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. From whence then hast thou that living water?" So she's questioning him. She said, "Art thou greater than our father Jacob, which gave us this well, and drank thereof himself, and his children, and his cattle?" So the Messiah answered and said unto her, "Whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again. But whosoever drinketh of the water that I shall give him shall never thirst. But the water that I shall give him shall be in him as a well of water springing up into everlasting life." So basically, this was an uncircumcised woman, or basically a woman of the northern kingdom. And as you know, the Jews in the northern kingdom was at odds against each other. They wasn't dealing with each other, because the northern kingdom did not acknowledge the law, statutes, and commandments. So that's why they was called uncircumcised. But she was an Israelite woman, though, and she knew she was the seed of Jacob, but she did not know who the Messiah was. She didn't know who Yahushua was. And so the woman said unto him, "Sir, give me this water, that I thirst not, neither come hither to draw." So she's like, okay, well, give me this water that you talking about, that I ain't never got to thirst again. I ain't got to come here and get to this well and get this water, you know. And he said unto her, he said, "Go call thy husband and come hither." So basically he told her, go get your husband, because it was customary for men to deal with the husbands and not the women. But because the Messiah knew she had dealt with a lot of men, and the man that she was dealing with now was not her husband, because the first man that a woman deals with is her husband, and she's meant to stay with him all the rest of his life until this man passes away, you know. So all the other men, because this man was still alive, all the other men that she laid down with were adulterers and were not her true husband. So she answered truthfully, but listen to what the Messiah told her. The woman answered and said, "I have no husband." And Jesus said unto her, "Thou hast well said, I have no husband, for thou hast had 5 husbands, and he whom thou now hast is not thy husband, and that sayest thou truly." So the woman said unto him, "Sir, I perceive that thou art a prophet. And our fathers worship in this mountain, and ye say that in Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship." But the Messiah said unto her, Woman, believe me, the hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father. And then he told her, he said, ye worship, ye know not what. He said, but we know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. So basically, he let her know that salvation is of or through the tribe of Judah, or who we call the Jews. So he basically let her know it will come a time when our people would not worship the Most High, in the mountains and over there where they was living at, in Jerusalem. There's going to be a time when they'll be worshiping them in strange lands, He let her know that it will come a time when our people will worship the Most High in a totally different land and will gain salvation by listening to the tribe of Judah, wake up all of Israel. And this is why the Most High said this. And pay attention, this is Zechariah 12:7. And it said, the Lord shall save the tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah. So in the destruction, when the destruction comes, he's gonna say he raised the tents of Judah up to teach first. So when the destruction comes, we the leading tribe. So we're gonna be running things. Okay. So which means the house of David and the inhabitants of the northern kingdom will not try to make themselves greater than Judah, and then wake up the rest of Israel, which is what's happening right now. So as prophecy come to pass, as you seeing it, So our Messiah was bold and brash, and people seek to take his life. Now check this out. This is John 8. This is John 8:39. And it says, and they answered and said unto him, Abraham is our father. But the Messiah said unto them, if ye were Abraham's children, ye would do the works of Abraham. But now ye seek to kill me, a man that have told you the truth, which I have heard of Yahweh. This did not Abraham. Ye do the deeds of your father. Then said they to him, we be not born of fornication. We have one father, even Yahweh. And then it says, and then the Messiah said unto them, if Yahweh were your father, you would love me, for I proceeded forth and came from God. Neither came I of myself, but he sent me. And then it said, why do ye not understand my speech? Even because ye cannot hear my word. Ye are of your father, the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. And because I tell you the truth, you believe me not. Which of you convinceth me of sin? And if I say the truth, why do you not believe me? He that is of Yahweh heareth the words of Yahweh. Therefore, hear them not, because you are not of the Most High. So basically, they wanted to kill him because he was bold. And he spoke the truth. He spoke it boldly. They hated him because he was the word of the Most High. And this is the same reason all nations hate us, because of who we are. Okay? But I'm getting to the end of this. This is John 15:18. And the scriptures say, if the world hate ye, know that it hated me before it hated you. So, the reason why they hate us is because they hate the Most High, and they've always hated him, and they hated his son, and they hate us because we proceeded from them. We're the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, through the lineage of which Yahushua came from. They hate the truth, and they hated the truth before they even hated Yahushua, because he is the truth. He's the truth and the light and the way. The scriptures say that no man cometh unto Yahweh but through Yahushua. So no man cometh through the Father except through the Son. So it's gonna be a lot of brothers that's gonna be destroyed. It's gonna be a lot of sisters that's gonna be destroyed because they don't know this truth. And we out here teaching it, man. You just gotta open your mind. You can hear stuff all day, but you gotta get with knowledge. You always get understanding, because the knowledge is out here. People get knowledge all day and they interpret it wrong. and they don't get an understanding from it. So when you don't get an understanding, what's the use of having knowledge? So with knowledge also get understanding. So with that, man, I just want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And I like to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, Ruel. And I also like to give honors to the Akim that's out here pushing his truth and sincerity to the four corners. Just want to say shalom and shalom.